just returned from our trip, cycling trip, Incheon to Seoul, and then to Busan. Okay, with my partner here, Alvin. My name is Herman. So we have some clips to share, but we just thought we would record a bit of a conversation and answer some questions. So should you want to do your own trip in the future, which we would highly recommend, right?
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful country, friendly people. Nice, interesting trip actually.
Very interesting. Patrick is here behind the scene. Patrick is helping us with our questions. So he has some questions to ask. So we thought it was more casual to do it like a conversational style rather than a straight-on interview, because we are not vloggers, right? Patrick.
Okay,
Right.
What was the inspiration? Who came up with this idea?
Of course, I went to South Korea, Seoul for work a couple of times. So a friend of mine got me into cycling there on this particular stretch along the old railway route, which we did pass by.
The Incheon to Seoul part, is it? Or just
the past Seoul, this place called Paldang.
That place.
Where the train tunnel is. So I enjoyed the cycling, that stretch. The weather was good, people were nice, food was great.
The sights were interesting also.
Yeah,
cycling through the tunnel and the lights.
You cycle through an disused train tunnel. You pass some of the stations that they converted into like a bit of a cafe, some eatery as well.
And the real train, the current train tunnels is just beside.
Yeah, the actual train runs beside it. So, and it was about this period, so I thought it was quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Then we are cyclists, so I thought, hey, if it's going to be like this throughout, then it makes for an interesting trip, right?
It was raining that day though.
Yeah, the day was raining, but when I was there before it wasn't, so it was quite perfect.
Well, rain in itself is interesting.
Yeah, and then it's a totally different environment to cycle. One that I thought we prepared for, but we were not expecting the rain and the strong winds.
Yes, the strong winds.
Yeah, but it was okay. It was manageable.
The first few days we were cycling 80 to 100 kilometers per day. First day was a short one, 40, then it's 80, 110. We were logging the distances.
We talk about the first day. There was a flight delay.
Yes.
So that set us back a good hour plus 2 hours. Still manageable.
Yeah.
And
but then again, we landed late as well.
We landed late, so a delay on that part.
What sort of bikes were you all using for this particular trip?
Foldies.
Bloody foldies, man.
And what was everybody else using?
Full-size bikes.
Full size, I mean, most people are there, residents there, so they have their own bikes there. We met a couple of foldies, but I suspect it's just those on a day trip out section.
We're just doing sectioning.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I still think foldies are fine, but not when it's fully loaded.
I mean, it's viable, I guess.
What was the reason why you guys decided to use foldies rather than the full-size bikes for such a long
Transport.
Transport.
Yeah. Is the logistics of bringing a full-size bike there is through the airport and all that. You need to check in.
Bit of hassle.
Yes.
If you guys have any sort of damages that you need repair, how do you plan for all these things?
Well, we
Pray and hope.
okay. We actually brought some spares, bike tube.
We have
So-
bike tube. We have bike tools to help.
We have tools.
Basic repairs.
The only thing was the bike tube we got didn't fit my rim, because I had two flats during the ride, both of which are my fault. I think I ran up the curb a bit.
I think it's because of the load.
Yeah,
I
then
mean,
the bike
it was
was
like 20 kilos on the rack at the back of your bike.
the bike was very loaded, and I had to jump a curb. We were on high profile rims, the tube valve had to be a fair bit longer, so we need to extend. We didn't get extended. So the tube couldn't fit the wheels, the tires basically.
Should have checked.
Yeah. What happened was I got a puncture. Thankfully it was towards the end of the day. It was pitch dark though, and it was cold. And we really needed to find a motel in the area. So what happened was he had to cycle ahead using this Korean app, Naver map, which I will highly recommend that you have when you do such a trip, because the Google map there is not as comprehensive.
Yes.
So with the Naver map, managed to find one motel not too far away. So he went ahead to Rakia. I had to push my bike because I couldn't reach cycling all day because it was just too heavy and the tire was flat. Rear tire anyway. You want to continue the story about the motel?
Okay, I cycled ahead, found the motel as indicated by the map. So the motel, the front of the motel was a restaurant. The motel was actually in the back up a slope, a hill. So it looks very, well, it's a small town, so it's very, very empty. And it being a public holiday in Korea, the Mid-Autumn Festival is a very big holiday in Korea. So went up on the path to the back, which was one narrow path with a stairs at the end, and went in. There was literally nobody in the motel. Even the caretaker was not in. I knocked on the caretaker room window and nobody answered. So and the place looked really seedy. No one is staying in the motel, no guests. So it looked like the 黑店.
Does it help that it was at night, it was pitch dark?
Yeah, and there was a smell of burning wood outside. Not incense, burning wood, literally burning wood outside.
So as it turns out, they were a really nice family.
Yes.
They were a really nice family. They gave us hot food and put us up for a night. And they only charged us like 48,000 won,
Yeah, 48,000.
which is about around 65 Singapore dollars.
Yeah, dinner and stay.
Dinner and stay.
Yeah.
Which worked out well in the end. I mean,
Yeah.
one thing I noticed about traveling there, if you go to motels, right, a lot of these smaller towns, the buildings look very dilapidated.
But the insides are very nice.
Because the buildings are old. You know, it's not like Singapore where we paint our buildings once every 5 years. But inside, generally clean, livable, and the prices are fairly reasonable. People are generally nice. I mean,
Very nice, very friendly.
along the way, we pass by, I mean, once you leave the metropolitan area, we pass by Korean cyclists. They would actually bow to you, you know.
Say hi.
They say hi and greet you and stuff like that. Some, during the uphill stretches, they would actually cheer you on. Yeah, so it was good. Wow, the uphill, the slopes are curse and swear. Really.
5 kilometers of uphill. And that's not even the worst one.
5 kilometers was one stretch. There were lots of that.
There were at least 3 or 4 there.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense that the middle tends to be the low point of the morale. I think
It's fair. I mean,
I had expected that problems to hit in the middle. Things can only get better.
yeah, I wasn't expecting a totally smooth trip.
Yes.
We didn't know what to expect, so yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting the middle to be a low point. So we thought of there might be some problems in the middle. But we did carry on and it worked out well.
Finished one entire jar of tiger balm
Yeah.
for the trip.
It's not a small jar, it's a big one.
It's a big tiger balm jar.
Yeah.
And I never used tiger balm in my entire life.
I wonder if that Firodon was
In fact, I don't even know whether it was effective or not, but
Yeah.
just apply anyway. You know?
Yeah.
For me, the biggest challenge were the technical issues we faced. His rack breaking, snapping, my flat tires. The flat tire was alright. I mean, fixable, but the rack wasn't. But thankfully, we managed our ways around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physically, I was fine, tired.
The knee was working also.
But it wasn't a
Yeah.
major thing. But I think just for me, the mental stress from all the technical issues whether we can complete the trip, And we had this map where we used to plot our route. And when you look at the map, right, and you look at how much we covered after one full day of cycling, it's very discouraging. It's like the map, the route is this long, and then
Especially
after
the start.
cycle one whole day, right, when you look at the total area, it's only like this much. And then you zoom in, and then you zoom out. And I'm like, wow.
The middle part was definitely the low point. So I guess we had to keep our morale up.
Morale, yeah. So the mental, it was a mental
Battle as well.
mental challenge. What do you call that?
Mentally morale.
Yeah. It was to be focused and commit. So if we were to do it again, what would we do differently? For me, number one, I'll bring more tubes.
I'll make sure the tube
More
actually
catch.
fit.
The tube would actually fit. And maybe, I don't know, maybe not use the 4D. I mean, no disrespect to 4Ds. It's a very nice ride. But with the kind of load, it became a bit tricky.
The load and the 4D itself, the tires were smaller, so it was a less comfortable ride.
Yeah.
Even though it was thinner, so the rolling resistance was less.
Yeah. It's a mental challenge because you look up and you see this mountain, and then you look down and then you pedal for another hour or two, and then you look up and the mountain is still there. It's like nothing has moved. But you just have to keep on going.
Yeah.
It is not like 1,000 kilometers. It's only 650 plus minus. So it's definitely doable. Another advice is download the Korean naval mapping app, a translation app. Good to have.
Yes.
Try to have Wi-Fi throughout. And also don't travel in too big group, because finding a motel that can accommodate everyone is a challenge.
Yep.
Typically one motel will allow 2 to 3 people in a room. So if you have groups of 2s, it will make your motel stay a lot cheaper because you can actually share
Yep.
the cost.
Go with a partner.
And
Definitely.
go with a partner that you are comfortable with. And props to Korean Air, they made it very easy for us to extend
Yep.
our trip.
Just one call.
Just one phone call, which cost Alvin $22 or 26
22.
$22
Because it was a overseas call on my
overseas call.
phone.
And they also called
No
my
charge.
frequent flyer miles, which I forgot to give them the card anyway. So I think that's any other burning questions for us, Patrick? Very much. Okay, I think that's what it will wrap. We'll wrap this one up. So ending note is we would really recommend anyone who's good enough cyclist, even if you're a weekend cyclist, if you can manage to bicycle on park connectors in Singapore for a couple of hours a day, we would hugely recommend you to do this trip at least one time in your life.
Yes.
It's not going to be totally easy. It'll be challenging, but through the challenge, that's where the memories come from, and also the people you meet along the way.
It's a unique experience.
So drop us a line if you need any help. Memory is still fresh on our mind, so we can still guide you along, find out places to you and stuff along the way. Hope this video has helped you, and thank you for watching.